Hey guys, welcome back to Forget Me Not History Dive. I'm Caleb, and today we're in Wilkinson County, Georgia. And let me tell you, these gnats are eating me alive. So if y'all see me doing all kinds of crazy stuff, you'll know what it's about. But anyways, let's get on to the history. So we're about 15 miles below Milledgeville. Now, Milledgeville, Georgia, as you know, was the capital of Georgia up until about 1865. After the Civil War, it was moved to Atlanta, where it currently resides as the capital of Georgia. Now, Milledgeville was established as the capital by the governor, John Millage, at that time. John Millage sent his surveyors out, and he wanted to establish a centralized government for the state. His surveyors found that Milledgeville was the center of Georgia, and it was located right on the Oconee River, so it was literally the perfect location to set up the new capital of the state. Now, we're about 15 miles below Milledgeville in Wilkinson County. And now Wilkinson County was named in honor of General James Wilkinson, who was a general during the Revolutionary War. Now, the first land lotteries for Wilkinson County took place in 1802. Another one took place in 1805. Before the Indians seceded this land in the land lotteries, there were some settlers here. But mainly this was Creek Indian territory. This was their home. An interesting fact, right below, well, I should say lure, not fact. About 15 miles south of me, in the general area of what is called today as Allentown, Creek Indian lure says that there was a gigantic Creek tribe, village / town city that was in that area, and it was completely destroyed and devastated by a horrific storm that came through in around 1600. But anyways, just kind of a general idea, some of the local history of where we're at. We're at a little cemetery here in Wilkinson County. Well, I wouldn't say little, it's pretty big, but small compared to some, if you know what I mean. But anyways, there's some really cool headstones out here I want to show y'all. This is going to be a semi-short video. There is a lot of early settlement graves out here, and I want to show y'all all of those at some point. We're not going to have time for that now, so make sure and stick around for a part 2 to this at some point. Now, before we go start touring and I show y'all some of the headstones and we start exploring out here, I do want to mention that I found a headstone out here that I was not expecting to find, and it is the headstone of a Revolutionary War soldier and one of the first original settlers to come to Wilkinson County. This man lived here around the time of when the first land lotteries started taking place. So as you can imagine, it's going to be really cool to show y'all his headstone and just take the time to remember the life of someone who lived so long ago and in a time in which we couldn't even really imagine or comprehend today. So stick to the end to see that. Hope y'all enjoy this video. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment and share it with your friends and family. Let's get to exploring. So like I said, we're at a cemetery in Wilkinson County. About 548 memorials out here according to Find a Grave. A lot of them too are really old, especially in this area right here. A lot of them are early settlement graves, so of course we can't get to all of them today. I want to show you a few, and then we're going to do a part 2 at some point. This is the Adams family right here in this fenced in area. This is a really neat fence, and it's still pretty stout to this day. Here, this marble obelisk, we have a memorial to Robert T. Adams, born January 24th, 1830, and died May 28th, 1904. Now that epitaph, I have tried to make it out. I cannot figure out what it says. I'm going to keep trying, and if I can figure it out, or at least some of it, I'm going to post it in the comments. Here we have a memorial to Adeline C. Adams, born March 12th, 1834, died August 22nd, 1874. An epitaph: best mother, rest in quiet sleep, while friends in sorrow o'er thee weep. It's beautiful. And tomorrow's Mother's Day, so that makes it even that much better to be reading it. Sydney E. Adams, born September 22nd, 1866, died January 12th, 1891. And I'm still trying to decipher this one as well. I'll post it in the comments if I figure it out. Guys, I didn't originally intend to do this video. I was just coming here to kind of walk around and, see, kind of do some exploring on my own. And I get here and I'm like, I have to do a video here, or at least the first part to one. Rebecca Wheeler, 1810 to 1850. Wife of M.M. Bloodworth. Now, like I said earlier, guys, the first land lotteries took place in 1805. Before 1805, there were settlers here. But most of the settlers did not start coming into Wilkinson County until after 1805. So Miss Rebecca Wheeler, she was born within 5 years of the first, or the second land lottery. Excuse me, the first land lottery was 1802. Looks like someone has taken the time to do some repair work on this. That's neat. I applaud them. This is a Bloodworth. Miles M. Bloodworth. Born June 28, 1810. Died, looks like October 15th, 1880. And I can't read the epitaph on that. I hate when I can't read these things. Some of them, it takes me a while to decipher them. We have here M.M. Bloodworth. Born September 20th, 1837. Died April 1st, 1911. And the epitaph says, thy trials ended, thy rest is won. Now, Miss Rebecca Wheeler was the wife of M.M. Bloodworth. This is Miles M. Bloodworth. They were both born, it looks like, in 1810. This must be Miles, or M.M. Bloodworth Jr., I'm guessing. Born in 1837, it makes sense. And here we have Frances R., wife of M.M. Bloodworth, born July 8, 1847, died July 5th, 1887. And the infant son of M.M. and F.R. Bloodworth. It's another neat obelisk, marble obelisk. This belongs to W.H. Pennington, born July 25th, 1875, died March 22nd, 1902. And here we have A. Pennington. You see at the top, A. Pennington was a Mason. Died September 29th, 1898. Age 72 years, 9 months, and 8 days. Let's see if we can make this epitaph out. He was kind and affectionate. Something. Husband and father and friend to all. Yeah, I believe that's it. Husband and father and friend to all. You can see the at rest etching at the top of the flowers. And it looks like maybe a scroll at the bottom. That's neat. This memorial belongs to Catherine A., wife of A. Pennington, which is the one we just looked at. She was born February 8th, 1834, and died January 31st, 1877. In the epitaph, here is one who is sleeping in faith and love with one that's reassured in heights above. And then it looks like we have a child here, Lula Pennington. Died June 7th, 1890, only sleeping. Now there's a lot of headstones out here that I want to show y'all at some point, but I've got to take the time to come out here and kind of maybe clean some of them up if I can, so I can actually decipher them. Here's a neat one right here. Now, this is the memorial to William Council, Company D, 63rd Georgia Infantry, Confederate States of America, June 6, 1838, died January 23rd, 1912. And then his original headstone, marble obelisk style. I like the cap it has on it. That's cool looking. The epitaph says, his guys, I apologize. I cannot read that. And it's going to take me some time to make it out. Like I said, this was a spur of the moment video. I normally, before I record, try to get these things deciphered out so I can read them to y'all. I'm going to figure some of these out and post them in the comments later. Here we have Risden R. Collins, Company K, 57th Georgia Infantry, Confederate States of America. Died September 3rd, 1895. Not sure when his birth was. There is another headstone up here. It's been broken. Now this epitaph says, "Beloved one, farewell." And it says he was 70, okay, age 75 years. And he was born in died in 1895, so y'all pause the video and do the math. So 75 years of age, died in 1895. Here we have V.Q. Golden, Company K, 57th Georgia Infantry, Confederate States of America. Born November 28, 1828, and died June 7, 1919. So, let's see. Risden Collins and V.Q. Golden. Risden, we saw him a few minutes back. They were both in Company K, 57th Georgia Infantry. I would imagine they knew each other. Here we have a memorial to Henry Hoover. Henry was a Mason. You see the Masonic symbol here. And husband of Mary Hoover, born July 25th, 1825, and died April 3rd, 1886. This is another one I'm going to come back and figure out, but maybe y'all can pause the video and decipher some of it. So yeah, a little more info for y'all. Not far up the road, a couple miles up the road from here, was actually the first church established in Wilkinson County. It was Mount Nebo Baptist Church. Now, Mount Nebo Baptist Church was established in 1808. So that wasn't too many years after the successions took place from the Creek Indians, which were in 1802 and 1805. So just a little cool fact. I'm going to actually go up there and we're going to explore that cemetery at some point. So that's on the list. Like I said, it's not too far, probably about 1.5 miles or 2 miles up the road from where we are now. Found another marker for a Confederate soldier veteran out here. Let's see. We have Corporal Jesse K. Arrington, Company K, 57th Georgia Infantry, Confederate States of America, July 3rd, 1845 to February 24th, 1915. And then up top we have a bronze marker. First Corporal, Company K, 57th Georgia Infantry, Confederate States of America. And then the original stone. There's a heading up top. It says, "Come ye blessed." It looks like a gate, I believe. Oh, see it, guys? This is a pillar right here. And there's the roof, another pillar here. And these are gates opening up inward and a star in the middle. Wow, that's cool. And the epitaph, let's see if we can make this out. Life's something, struggle cheerfully. E.S. Is that late? Oh, let's see. Life's latest struggles cheerfully. Maybe y'all can make that out. I don't like this. I'm under pressure to read these things. And here we have J.K.'s wife, J.K. Arrington. Let's see, that is Frances J., wife of A.K. Arrington, born September 12th, 1846, died October 24th, 1907. A kind and caring mother, affectionate wife, and firm Christian. See, I can read, y'all. Y'all thinking I can't read. I can read. I just can't read some of these. It is much harder in person. I know I've said that in every single video, but it is a lot more difficult. Some of them are easily read, some of them are not. See, we have a heading up here at the top. Thy will be done. There's a rose etched into the stone. Ima G. Johns, wife of M.M. Bloodworth. May 30th, 1879. Died June 3rd, 1908. Only crossed the river of life to that beautiful summer land. There's one up here I want to look at. I noticed this. Oh, it's a vase. Okay. Saw it from a distance and was trying to figure out what it was. Clara Agnes Smith, born December 23rd, 1926, died September 3rd, 1948. And it's a vase. It looks like a little flame coming up out of it. And some flowers etched in around it. The further you go that way, it seems like the later the burials were. This was all the original back here. We're going to explore a few more memorials out here, but just wanted to give y'all a panoramic view of this cemetery. It's a beautiful cemetery. and it's very well kept. Very well kept. I appreciate the persons that come out here and do this. You can tell they put a lot of care and love into maintaining this place. Here we have a memorial to Margaret Johns, wife of M.M. Bloodworth Sr. She was born December 11th, 1861, and died August 20th, 1907. It says, on earth the rest, in heaven the crown. Now, from what I can tell, there are some individuals buried out here that were born in the middle 1700s, and they're buried out here. They were buried out here in the very, very early 1800s. They would have been some of the original settlers to Wilkinson County. I have not been able to locate those graves out here yet. I'm thinking that some of them may be some of these unmarked graves. I'm not sure. Or they're marked, there's just no names or dates or anything. I'm going to keep looking into this and hopefully figure something out. Here's one over behind the Adams. Let's take a look at this. Now, not far from where we're at, maybe, I don't know, 20 miles headed towards Macon on Highway 57, you have Griswoldville, which there was a battle that took place there in the Civil War, the Battle of Griswoldville. There's quite a few Confederate soldiers buried out here. I actually have a family member. His name was Daniel Ruff, and he actually fought and was injured at the Battle of Griswoldville. See, we have a memorial here to Sabrina B., wife of W.F. Smith. She was born March 3rd, 1849, and died January 3rd, 1925. It says gone but not forgotten. So yeah, if y'all want to look into some of the history about Griswoldville, that battle that took place, you should look into it. I'm not sure what companies were involved in that conflict at Griswoldville, but you know, I remembered it because I was walking around and seeing all of these memorials out here to different Confederate soldiers, and it just brought to mind, you know, about Griswoldville being not too far up the road from where we're at. Alright guys, it's getting late. We're about to wrap up. I appreciate y'all sticking to the end. And for those of you who did, I'm about to show you the coolest thing that I found out here. Get ready. Here we have a memorial to John Nunn. John Nunn, South Carolina, Sergeant, South Carolina Militia, Revolutionary War. Born 1755 and died 1836. Thank you, John Nunn, for your service. If it was not for the service of the men and women of that time period and their courage, we would not have the country that we have today. We wouldn't have the freedoms that we have today. And so it was the bravery of men like John Nunn and the women of that time period. They're the reason we have what we have today. Looks like Nunn was about a little over 20 years old when he enlisted in the South Carolina militia. Well, guys, we just got through looking at the memorial of John Nunn, and now we're coming over here to the very opposite side of the cemetery to view the memorial of John Eady Sr., born in Ireland, died in Wilkinson County in 1845, veteran of the Revolutionary War, early settler of Wilkinson County, and builder of Eady's Mill. This memorial placed by the Frank Eady Sr. family. I just want to say a special thanks to the Frank Eady Sr. family for placing this marker so that future generations will remember this and know Mr. Eady and what he did. Looks like he immigrated from Ireland to the United States during the Revolutionary War time. He came to Wilkinson County, was an early settler, and through bravery and courage and conviction joined the fight for American independence. Well, guys, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. It's starting to get late and I've got to be on my way. I apologize for not being able to read some of the epitaphs to y'all. I normally like doing that, if anything, just out of honor and respect for the person that wrote it and the person that etched it in, you know. But this was all spur of the moment. I just came out here, I was exploring around, and I was like, wow, this is cool. I got to do a video and I got to do it now. So I was not prepared in any way whatsoever. I just kind of done this on the fly. Normally I try to get some of these, you know, some of the epitaphs that are a lot more difficult to read. I try to, you know, at least try to decipher it to an extent before I start recording. I wasn't able to do that, which is why so many of these weren't, I wasn't able to read them. Hopefully y'all can, you know, pause the video, maybe figure it out yourself. I'm going to try to figure some of these out and post them in the comments. Anyways, guys, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Tomorrow is Mother's Day, so happy Mother's Day to all the mothers that are watching. I know I'm going to be spending tomorrow with my mother. I made this trip to Wilkinson County to see her and spend the day with her. So happy Mother's Day. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment. And I'll see y'all again in a week or two. Thank y'all.